and breadcrumbing. I don't know if he's being serious. I don't know his typical content, but I was tagged in this. So I didn't know that man before I posted that. But posting that, I had people coming out on TikTok and YouTube to let me know that he had a whole controversy going on back during the Panini. And yeah, he got exposed. This woman, Miss Gina Darling, let everybody know in a several part series of what went on with this man. Before we get to that, this person says that comedian guy confirms that predatory male actors and hosts use comedy to get away with their inappropriate behavior and performances. Tuck that away in your back pocket for future usage, because that seems to be the case. When they want to act a certain way, they use humor as a disguise, but it's not even a good disguise. It's just like putting on a on a blindfold, or I mean, like, like a little mask, but everything else stays the same. So a lot of people think that he's a good guy. This person says, I follow him. He does a lot of comedy. This person says, man straight telling on himself. And then people started coming in. You, not Reed Choi, the guy who knowingly gave several women chlamydia. And this is where someone swooped in to tag Miss Gina Darling. This has got to be super duper embarrassing, because yes, you are telling the truth about him, and it's letting other people swoop in to tell their stories. So yes, it has to be embarrassing, but all the rest of these stories get told because this woman was brave enough to tell her story. Then come to find out, that man Reed Choi and that bit that he was doing about breadcrumbing and all of that was based on this man's video that went viral back in February. He basically took that man's video, and I'm not going to say that this man is faking or whatever, because a lot of these people, like the Derrick Jacksons of the world, use their material to highlight bad behavior, but he's still possibly still engaging in bad behavior. But this man was talking about breadcrumbing and love bombing. I don't know if he actually used the words breadcrumbing and love bombing, but he was letting women know what men do. Like I said, that's exactly what Derrick Jackson would do. But I'm just letting y'all know that Reed Choi took this whole man's videos and then repurposed it and put on the whole Disney villain voice and everything.
Gina's a crazy bitch, huh? Do you have any idea the things she did?
That was your last lifeline. That was the last person in our group that actually believed you and wanted to help you. And now he realizes all your lies too. You had him lie to your fan base and whichever girl that you're seeing now. Your own brother. And everyone knows your apologies were absolute crap because you had your fan base help write them. Good Lord, come on. And that pathetic apology that you made on your TikTok, we all know that it's crap because we know what you're doing behind the scenes. We know what you're saying about me behind the scenes. You're not remorseful at all. You're trying to save face. Do us all a favor, delete your TikTok. Don't ever come back as a content creator because the bridges have been burned and everyone in the industry knows now. Just bow out of this and save some face while you still can. And I hope you see how bad it hurts Saint to make these videos. Part 2. The whole TikTok crew went over to greet him and they were shocked to see that there was a girl in the passenger seat. And we were all just like, what the hell? It's only been 2 weeks. That's so messed up. It's disrespectful. One of the guys didn't know that we were dating and mentioned that Reed had said that he met this girl on a dating app. And we were shocked because since day one, he's always preached against dating apps to me, to everyone on the internet, to our whole crew.
When I first entered the dating scene, dating apps existed, but I didn't use them. Like, it promotes weak men in a way.
This is when the hypocrisy and the lies started coming out. I hopped on Hinge and found him within 10 minutes. And I was sent a TikTok that his ex-girlfriend made, referred to part 1. That's a video that I stitched. I remember him briefly mentioning this TikTok, saying it was just a crazy girl he hooked up with a couple times and she got obsessed with him and tried to cancel him. But something didn't seem right, so I messaged her on Instagram. I told her how he ghosted me and how he didn't believe in dating apps. Look what she said. Pause to read. He met her on Hinge. He met another girl that he cheated on her with on Hinge. And then I get into a group chat with the both of them. And this is when things get crazy. Part 3 coming. Part 3. Now we're in this group chat and we're comparing timelines and lies. After meeting Michelle, he decides to dump Paula, saying that his grandmother might have cancer. She didn't. After Michelle found that TikTok, she dumped Reed. The next few months, he starts working with a very big TikToker from the Philippines. You guys know who she is? I'll just call her Ashley. He and Ashley start liking each other and they start seriously talking. So about 3 months have passed and now we're in August. Reed randomly shows up to Michelle's place with a promise ring, asking her for a second chance, and she takes him back. So now he has a girlfriend, he's talking to Ashley, and then he meets me. Now, we didn't date in August, but our flirty on-camera chemistry made viral videos like the Yakuza series. Michelle was really concerned because she was afraid that he would cheat on her with me. But he told her that I knew that he had a girlfriend. I didn't. He never said anything. But now that he has me, he doesn't need Ashley's following anymore, so he ended it with her, but saying, let's not close the book yet. So let's add Clout Chaser to his list of sins. Part 4 coming up. Part 4. Some of you are saying I'm just mad because I got dumped. I'm a big girl. I've been through breakups before. I can handle it. If this just involved me, it's fine. I can handle it. But this involves the people that I work with, the people I care about, and the mental and physical health of the girls he takes advantage of. So let me continue. So about a month after he shows up at her door, Michelle dumps him because of trust issues, of course. Now this is where my part comes in. Reed and I start dating around the end of December until the end of February. For the most part, it was fine, but for some reason, I couldn't bring myself to fully trust him. Nothing too crazy happened in our relationship. It wasn't until after we broke up that things started getting really crazy. One of our mutual friends told me that he once admitted to sleeping with over 100 women. And so I freaked out and I went to go get a full STD screening. And a few days later, the doctor's office calls me and tells me that I need to come in to see my test results. Part 5 is coming. Part 5? I'm gonna be honest, I didn't want to go public with this before because, people break up, they cheat, they lie, whatever, it happens. But what happened next really pushed me over the edge. I'm now rushing to a doctor's office, seething with rage, and I couldn't see straight. Chlamydia. He gave me chlamydia. Curable, thank God. But it gets worse. I remember a few months ago he was getting canceled for being misogynist by an account called You're Funny Uni. So I reached out to her and she puts me in touch with another girl that she knows Reed did wrong. Let's call her Penny. Penny told me that she and Reed hooked up from November to December and he treated her like a piece of meat and was pretty disrespectful. After Penny cut him off, she went and got tested and tested positive for chlamydia, so she calls him to let him know. This was January. I was with him in January. He responds with this, pause to read it. So he knew. He knew he had chlamydia. And he still slept with me and never said a single word about it. Part 6 coming. Part 6, let's go into some details. 60 seconds isn't enough for me to tell you how many lies he's told, so I uploaded a Google Drive with all the screenshots to my Twitter. Now, on to the other stuff. Listen, I grew up in Xbox lobbies, so I don't really get bothered by what people say, but I've had to check him so many times for saying the N-word, hard R, a lot. In fact, multiple people had to check him. He also always talked about how women are lesser and how fat people are disgusting. And honestly, I let these jokes slide because, like I said, I have thick skin and I don't really care, but I really truly feel like he believes these things that he says. But he kind of covers it up as a joke. In screenshots, you'll see how multiple people confirm that he says these things. And a part of me was hoping that I could guide him to do better. Part 7 coming up. Alright, part 7, let's wrap this up. Reed has always been so good at manipulating people into believing that it was their fault that he choi He's fooled all of his Choi fans into thinking he's this great righteous man with morals, integrity, and honor. And our friends believed it. He always told people that his biggest deal breaker was liars, because he hates liars. Then I realized he was just projecting. He's also a huge hypocrite. He told his ex that she was not allowed to drink with other men, but he was on my stream drinking with me while he was dating her. He also told his exes what they can and cannot wear and what pictures they can post because it couldn't be too revealing. I get that we as creators have online personas that we put up, but you cannot preach so hard about being righteous while turning around and hurting the women that gave you this platform. You use your numbers to meet women, take advantage of them, and then toss them to the side. You just so happen to have run into the wrong one this time. Reed, I know you're watching this right now, and I just want to let you know that instead of going around the internet trying to tell everyone that you're a good man, actually do it for once. Also, it's past your bedtime, Chucky. It's about 6:30 a.m. and I just wanted to say that I didn't enjoy any of that. I mulled over it for about 2 days trying to figure out if it was worth posting about. But the whole STD thing really pushed it over the edge and I feel like I had to do it. But I didn't enjoy any of it at all because it felt like shooting one of your own in the back of the head. While going through all of our old stuff, I found myself wondering what was real and what was not. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of messed with my head a little bit because a lot of it was very personal. Like the painting he got of me and my dad. I don't know if it was real or not. Now, I'm not saying that I'm heartbroken, because I'm not. I'm not saying that I still have feelings, because I don't. I'm just very curious, I guess, to know what was real. Oh well. Shogunai. Part 8, apparently. I know I sounded smug and cheeky in the last video because I thought I said all that I had to say and that was it. But it's 5 in the morning and the messages haven't stopped. Multiple women have been messaging me about their encounters with Choi. It's become emotionally draining to see how many people he's affected. We can add a total of 3 more people to his roster in August. But the stories are getting worse and worse, and I don't know where I'm supposed to go with these anymore. This one's a 19-year-old girl. He always told us that he didn't have any sort of social media before TikTok. And he said that he never knew much about technology and never really cared. We made fun of him for it and called him an old man. Also not true. He used to go by his real name, Sam Choi, and was on some stuff and had a small podcast or whatever. We don't know who he really is, but we do know that he does not deserve a platform because he'll keep abusing women. I don't know if there's going to be a next part, but everything will be uploaded to the drive on my Twitter.